Today, Precarious plays
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
I'm always going to love Florina on multiple levels in Fire Emblem.
I have grown to love her as well, but why do you love her?
I love Florina because I like her personality. I think it's funny and endearing.
It's very brave of her because she has a lot of fears, but she's still fucking out there. She's out there sticking people.
Yeah. I do think that she's a great example of a very brave character because she wants to help Lindis, and she overcomes a lot of her fears of like bows and men to help her. Because I mean, being brave isn't not being afraid. That's usually being stupid.
Yeah, usually.
But being brave is when you go, I am afraid of this, but I'm going to handle it anyway. I'm going to immerse myself in this problem because it is what needs to be done for the sake of the people around me. But it's undeniable that a lot of my affection for her stems from her mechanical, the mechanical benefits of having her around. What I'm saying is, I would probably like her a lot less. I would feel much less attached to her if she was not the first flying unit you got in that game.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful.
Also, I've got to point out that it's pretty hilarious that she has such a passive personality, but she consistently winds up kicking so much ass by the end of the game.
Yeah, if you take care of Florina, Florina takes care of you and everything else.
Yeah.
That's like, this is your 100% good investment. Anyone who decided to wimp out on training her up is, yeah, well, fuck them. They don't deserve her. That's exactly what it's like.
Okay, I think I'm done with all of the armor stealing I need to do, so now I just have to beat everybody down. So, I would like to contrast Florina with my feelings on... Shoot, see, right now I can't remember her name. Severa. I think her name is Severa. Severa or Severa?
I don't know, man. I don't remember that many people from there either.
It's...
I water them down to... like hairstyles.
Cordelia's daughter. She has like the long red twin ponytail. Not ponytails, pigtails.
I didn't get to the generations thing, so I wouldn't know.
She starts out as a mercenary, and she's got pretty good stats. The stats don't matter in Awakening because you can just respec someone until they hit the stat caps. I liked her personality because she's very tsundere. And that almost always charms me.
Yeah.
Just because I myself am very tsundere. I'm very like, no, I don't want to hang out with you, actually. And then...
And you're like, actually, let me spend 4 hours talking to you about Pokemon.
I don't talk to you for 4 hours, Baka, about Pokemon.
You're right. It's like 12.
Yeah.
I was just being generous.
It's not like I want to talk to you about Pokemon or anything.
I'm just glad I can keep up a bit now. with the Pokemon.
That was the plan the whole time.
I know. It's working. Good job. I am enjoying. This is fun. Yay. I still
Go
have...
sports. Win the game. Get in the ball.
I still have a ghost weakness on my team, and I'm not happy about it.
I've been thinking about it. I don't think that the ghost weakness you think you have is actually that bad. Being able to hit things neutrally is still fine.
Yeah, I know. I just...
No, Pokemon! Get away!
See, this is what I'm talking about. Anyway, I don't want to talk to you either. So, Severa, or whatever the hell her red-haired name is...
I like her illustration, and I like her tood.
Yeah.
But I don't have any mechanical affection for her. Yeah. I don't have any tactical feelings about her. She's just... Like, I think she had pretty good growths. which just means like you have to grind less. It might give her like a slight edge if you're playing very organically, which I would try to do, but I would often fail to do for various reasons. And I think that a lot of that stems from the ability to just make her any class.
Yeah. Well, and Florina, like, I just know that she's fast and flighty and just gets faster and more flighty and just uses those, like, weird little half personality, half tactical traits and just grows them over time.
Yeah,
like she just gets better and better at using her personality to be better at her class.
I think that it may have been coincidence, but I liked how in our playthrough of Fire Emblem, our Sane wound up being much luckier than our Kent. Because it feels like it suits them. It suits their attitudes.
Because Sane's getting lucky a little more often. All the time. Yeah, right. Well, probably because he's, trying more often, but still.
Like, I think
just like...
I would love if this is the case. I don't think it is, but it would be awesome. It would be so funny if...
to find out.
Their friendship bonus.
Yeah.
If it, like, drastically would boost Kent's luck to hang out with Sane.
Because that makes Sane his wingman.
Right.
And those little stories that we make up for ourselves based on, like, our playthrough of it, I don't know, I think that they are much more consistent than the later entries because of how you can change classes and stuff. Because when...
Oh, here's a perfect example. Even though I've played a lot of Shadow Dragon...
Yeah?
I don't remember anything about anyone except for Marth.
Oh, okay. Well, and not just talking about what we personally remember, but discussing that game with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, if you discuss the Fire Emblem we played with other people, it's like, hey, it's Kent, the knight that becomes a paladin. And everybody has kind of had to play with that character, so it's much more relatable. Oh, it's like my problem with talking about Mass Effect. Like, my playthrough of Mass Effect with, other than the very major plot points, my playthrough of Mass Effect is going to be very different from other people's playthroughs of Mass Effect. And discussing what happens in the game, other than, some major plot point arrives and then you deal with it, you overcome it or you don't.
That just made me think of something else. I think that part of what encourages the inclusion of generic characters might stem from overreaching a bit with, like, the number of options that are available. Because what game does a pretty great job of having characters that are all unique, but they still... And that's, again, capital U.
Yeah.
Proper noun, unique.
Yeah.
Proper... I was thinking unique characters, which would be a proper, like, compound noun. Whatever. Having unique characters, but still does a great job of covering all of the mechanical bases.
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, it does, because you get to choose how they advance through their trees.
Well, not just that, but it's like... So, it's all based on that, like, system of 3, right?
Yeah.
You have a soldier who's your fighty person, and you have your space wizard.
Yeah.
Which are your biotic master, your adept. And then you have that third angle, the space rogue.
Yeah.
Which would be the engineer.
Right.
And then you just have that, like, shift where everything slides half a step to the right.
Yeah.
Or half a step counterclockwise, I should say. So then you have, like, all of the in-between characters. And Mass Effect does a great job of just giving you one of every available thing. And because it hinges on, like, the whole system is based around, like, that clockwise rotation.
Yeah, if you give enough people.
It's still possible to have, if my shepherd has any level of engineering involved with their class abilities, right?
Yeah.
It is possible for me to have like a full engineering team.
Yeah.
Because I can bring Tali, and I can bring Garrus, and then if I am a sentinel or an engineer or what was it, the sniper, special ops class that could turn invisible. And
I don't remember.
Well, that class. If I'm any one of those three, I can have like a full team of people that are like technically minded. Same thing with, like, the only way that that's not possible is if you, if Shepard can't keep up their end of the team, but you can still at least double up on every specialization, every like combat interest, just by using like the right two companions.
Yeah. But that doesn't work here because you have just so many.
Right. I mean, it's just to have, okay, especially for the human and the Viera, because they have so many jobs available.
Yeah.
If you wanted to cover, I can't look at the jobs in battle, but I remember that to cover everything, I don't think you can do it even with a team of just humans. I still think that there are too many jobs available to humans because you can have up to 6, so you can have up to 12 abilities. And it's at least soldier, fighter, white mage, black mage, blue mage, ninja, archer, illusionist, hunter, thief. I'm up to 10. If I can think of 3 more, then it's too many. There are too many jobs of a paladin. I don't know. You may be able to do it. Mm-hmm. But just barely. And then that completely cuts out every other race. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to... I think that we're close enough to the end of this map that I'm going to finish this guy off, and then we can do the little story points. Mm-hmm. Just stole that guy's watch. And it's fine. He's not going to be using it soon anyway. Oh. Is there anything else that you want to say about generic characters and unique characters?
I don't like generic characters as much.
Now that you've examined it, or just generally?
Just generally. Most of the time, generic characters, especially when they're used to give you a large bulk of people to work with, I don't like it. I don't like it unless I'm allowed to be completely separate from their... I would rather have either units or unique characters.
You know what?
That's what I like to play with, because if I don't want to have to be involved with their personal lives if I don't get to actually know them, and I would rather look at them from the bird's eye, like civilization view, and just scoot them around the map and look at them like resources, or just be deeply involved with all their shit constantly.
So you think that generic units, like they're presented here, for example, it's sort of like a weak middle ground? I
find it that way. I think that that's a preference thing, though. I don't think that that is a value judgment. I think that they're fine. I think that people
you wouldn't describe it as a weak middle ground?
No, I would not describe it as a weak middle ground, because I don't think that that's right. But for me, it feels like that because I either want to be playing management or be playing best friends.
Okay. So
that's
it's like
just a personal thing.
Either God Lord or boots on the ground story friend.
Exactly.
Okay. Weak middle ground. I lied about ending about reading this part because I don't want to end the session because I just thought of more things I want to say.
Okay. Well, we'll do tomorrow more things.